unmute everything. That would help so people can actually hear you when you say stuff.
Yes, I think that would.
Anyways, hello, welcome to another night of the HighCast here on the Pie Zone. Your host, Wandering Fox, who is very nicely enjoying himself tonight. And with I love that.
Anyway,
I love that. And with our special guest, our regular guest star, Board.
I try.
Make some noise. It's funny how you didn't do that for yourself initially. So I'm like, word.
Yeah, you know, no, I didn't mean it. Good grief, no,
I
you
like
are
I like
not.
how.
Yeah.
Oh God, no! I honestly love it because you're like, excuse me, sir.
No, this is no, like this way, this way, this way.
Oh man, jeez. So we're gonna have a good night today, or a good day tonight. We're
I get.
having something today.
What is this thing we're having?
Well, let's
And this
talk
is
about it.
is it consumable?
No, we haven't transitioned to edibles yet. They are way more expensive for how long they last. So we're
I'm
not
talking
there yet.
about. I'm talking about food.
I've had a lot of carbohydrates and dairy and meat today. I think I've made my daily requirement. Yes, cat.
Fair enough.
Cat's like, I want attention. I'm like, I'm streaming. Like, get him doing a little early now, but I'm streaming. Streaming.
I mean, you could like have them on the stream. Maybe they have some input.
They're cats. As much as I would like to, yes, input cats. Input they're cats. Yes,
Anyway,
we'll check on them if they get any more annoying. But for now, how was your week? I'm curious.
since it's only like it been going like 3 days so far, pretty smooth actually. Haven't had any troubles. The water has finally left Florida, which is pretty good. But apparently there's another storm coming to hit us, so I'm just waiting for the inevitable.
Yeah, I heard you've been. I've noticed you've been canceling or at least delaying in some cases your streams. Sorry about that. And I hope you're at least someplace safe.
Oh, I am. And no, also, unfortunately, I do have my vehicle that I was able to like drive around. But when I was able to drive around again, which is pretty cool.
That's good. That's good. Always able
Yeah.
to move around. Uh, yeah, I'm actually quite fortunate myself. Luckily, obviously no dangers, but I actually live right by what we call a light rail. It's one of those little train, like surface trains. Not quite a streetcar, although we do have those. It is on like actual tracks and stuff.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Can actually get all the way to the airport on it, to be honest. And I can almost actually I can get all the way to work on it, to be fair. So it's super cool. Sorry, I don't have a car, so I don't have any way of like relating to like still able to transport in these troubling times. I'm like, excellent. I'm glad for that. I have this.
I mean, but it's a way, it's me. It's a way of getting around, so like, I can't fault you for that.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Right.
Anyways, I guess to our next part, I actually got a lot done. A lot of small written projects that'll be for later phases once we get a bit more going on the channel or a bit more people following us, subscribing to us, or watching us. Which I guess goes without saying. Please get your friends, get them to follow, and you know, see what we're doing, see what we're into today.
Get your children, get your dogs, get your cats, get your moms. Everyone should subscribe to the HighCast.
Potentially, although we are not child friendly. We are not child friendly. So please be aware of that.
Wait, what was it? What was the first thing I said on that list?
You said children, like kids. No.
Hmm.
No kids, please.
Hmm.
Adults,
Right.
adults, please. And
So everyone except for the kids.
yes, please. You get the idea. We're just digging holes for ourselves.
Anyway.
I see we're doing some Persona on the side here. You know what?
Yeah, I wanted to at least do some grinding while I'm here.
You know what? Let me get that window capture for you.
Sure.
What do we got? Good. That's weird. Don't don't tell me I have to redo this. I'm gonna be so mad.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's just a dead window, basically.
View quests.
Every time with this. So basically gotta make a new window. Because God knows, a high cast cannot be a high cast without some form of technical difficulties.
Mentally or physically. Or technically.
Or everywhere. Everywhere. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean. Just
Of course I do.
display capture. No, we'll just do window capture. Yeah. You know, we'll call it guest capture. Window. Alright, what do we got?
It's going.
Oh,
Hello.
how late am I?
No, we just got started.
We literally just got started.
All right.
Quickly, though, we are past the introduction, so as I transition into video game entertainment for our high cast tonight, so Bard can grind.
All right.
Who is that just entered into the booth?
It's your boy, musician. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Lucky, I thought I wasn't even gonna be able to make it because as of last night, I started having really bad stomach problems.
No boy.
So
So I guess that answers what you've been doing for the week.
yeah.
Good to know. By the way, what do you think of the deck I sent you? I love this fucking program.
Let me.
Yeah, it just opens up in like your window. By the way, if you join the Patreon, you will actually get you will get these as part of the Patreon program.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I keep forgetting. How do you want to call yourself again? Hold on. I'm just. You know I'm terrible with names.
Something Samasu.
Zamasu? I like Zamasu.
Jason or Zamasu.
Zamasu? I'm gonna go with Zamasu because I actually really like the sound of that. Gives me a challenge. Zamasu. Gives me a challenge, Zamasu. Feel like that anime. Feel like the anime in that.
Zamas.
Are you challenging me, Zamasu? Oh.
Fun fact. I actually get that from the Dragon Ball Super character.
Right.
I literally just changed a single letter. And I was like, now I have a producer tag.
See, and it's not like Toei will come over here to like copyright that.
There's literally a rapper named Kid Buu.
See,
Oh.
nobody cares.
I totally forgot there was a rapper called Kid Buu because someone mentioned
And Kid Trunks. And Kid
Wait, for
Trunks.
real?
Can't forget him.
I'm not
Yeah,
surprised. I was just familiar with someone telling me that there was a rapper that went by Kid Buu. And that was because I was kind of had like a toe still in the Dragon Ball fandom at the time. But
Yeah.
there's a Trunks one now. There's a Trunks one. I understand. Zamatsu!
I actually used to have that as my producer tag, like just a clip from the actual series of Goku saying Zamasu. I actually still have it on my computer. I just haven't used it in ages because I got custom tags from a friend. Shout out, shout out to um, my best friend Jay Kenshin, because if it wasn't for her, I would not have any of the tags that I do now. I would still be rocking the, I would still be rocking the
So I see you had the soundboard as well.
shoddy. Yeah.
I thought to mess with it a bit. Also, I felt that was like an appropriate moment for an applause.
It was.
Like literally, a couple weeks ago, she sent me some more tags, and like all of them were just so good. Like, needless to say, I've been using them in all of my more recent beats. Speaking of, I'm working on one right now. I've been working on it for the past 3 days because I can't really figure out how I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to work.
Please. Why is my system acting weird? Please don't do this again. Oh, jeez.
You're already working on this.
Okay. Okay.
What?
Are we still with me, guys? Please tell me you're still with me.
Yeah, we're still here.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Okay, I thought it crashed again.
There you go.
Okay, good. I guess that should get to our next... Guess that get to the next one of our, frickin' warm-up conversation. So we had our second official, like, you know, the solo stream I do for Mondays. And as I was messaging Bart about this too, because we were going to do the whole, you know, this would be like, you know, the good opportunity for the first raid, and then the game crashes the entire computer.
L.
20 minutes to reboot.
Oof.
Yeah, you
But
don't. You don't restart from that.
no, there's no easy way to jump back from that.
Dude, literally by the time the computer was done, my phone finally gave me like a message saying, "Here's the statistics from your last stream." I'm like, that's the knife. That's the knife.
That's nice.
Yep, I guess that clears the rest of my day. I guess do more chores, everyone. God, it really hurt too. Like, I wasn't super mad because it's still like 44 minutes, but at the same time, I'm like, oh. Sucked so hard. Oh my god, but it was still fun. Killed a lot of dudes.
Yes.
But yeah, hopefully be able to get that working next week. Next week, yeah.
Listen up.
Yeah, so I can get to reg it over.
But
Accomplished.
yes, and finally the what's that? So I've been having a lot of good news lately, and I was like, I'm going to do like a little section about all this stuff. And then the more I kept trying to figure out how to incorporate it, the more I'm like, yeah, this is just not going to work.
Let's go.
Like, I can't, I'm trying to get it to fit, trying to work it in, and it's just not happening. It's not happening. Can't get it to fit, fit properly. Sometimes you just gotta accept that,
Yeah.
Also reminds me, I keep forgetting to export some of these too. Right in my ear. HighCast with
Now, do I do the requests now?
special.
I think I do. Nah, I think it isn't
By the way, did you announce this in your Discord? Do I gotta constantly remind you of that?
You know?
I do, don't I?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
There we go.
I'm not trying to be a dick, I promise.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
Okay, we can do this.
I'm just gonna fix the tags later.
Okay.
Get that.
Wait, tags to stream?
No. The stream tags are fine. No, for the HighCast for YouTube. Because I realized there's a few other things I have to change on there anyway, so just getting like the base stuff down and then fixing it for later. And one of these
Right.
days I still have to go in and basically get the timestamp, since I think that's what's getting us some of our higher numbers in some cases, but I can't prove that. Like, until we get like higher follower counts on both channels, it's just me making guesses. Educated guesses that have worked out for us, but you know, a guess is a guess. But besides that, it was going to be like introducing the possible spin-offs. But then I got more news in the week that made me go, oh, maybe I should pause. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm just kind of back where I started. I'm just kind of waiting on this at this point. But yeah, I've just been excited at the progress that we've been getting, even if it has been small. Like, you know, being able to actually post stuff when I was kind of like iffy about it before.
Let's go, team.
Although it's still stream content, but you know, content's content, you know.
Great.
Ah, jeez. I am toasty today. Yeah, do you guys anything to add to that kind of side of the conversation?
Not much really.
Not really.
No, not even work from you guys, 'cause I know Bard's reasoning makes sense. Like, he doesn't want to stream and just have, like, the weather basically go like, nope, sir, no stream for you.
Okay, hold on. So okay, mine's resetting. I think I do have something to comment. Yeah, I do have something to comment. Cause like, man, like, it sucks when like sometimes I can't really believe that because there's sometimes when I'm have everything set up, have my tags in, stream tile set, and all my accessories all set up ready to go. And then I get a phone call. It lasts about 10 minutes into the wait time, and then we had to reset, and I had to reset myself to get myself back upright, or like and also like maybe like a storm it comes to where like it knocks out outside of your computer while you're streaming, which I started to take precautions to not stream during storms, because to not take a chance of that. Because funny enough, I think like hoping to stream like last Thursday, hoping to stream like last Thursday, but because of the storm, but so I decided, okay, I'm not gonna stream. And guess what? My power went out in my house.
Man, isn't that like it's almost like I feel your pain, man, in more ways than one.
I mean, at least y'all have powerful enough PCs to where y'all can stream. Cause I'm rocking Ryzen 3 3200G, I think, and it's like this really old APU, and and like I have my own Twitch channel. I've been meaning to try and get into streaming. I just literally can't.
Fair enough.
I was gonna say, if you want, like I said, you can always use us as a middleman. You
medium?
just gotta you just gotta let me know. Like, granted, it will be kind of with this kind of setup like we got now, but you know,
Yeah.
but better than nothing. And heck, Bard can always, like, if Bard has the time. Sorry, I can't believe I did that again. I gotta stop doing that. like here, use Bard. I'm like, that's not fair. That's not.
Dude,
That's not.
dude. I'm gonna be for that's a story of my life.
I'm so sorry though. That's not fair. Like that really shouldn't be how a friendship works. Like it should
Bruh,
be
life
very
isn't
much
life.
mutual.
Life
Like,
isn't
like
fair.
his-
I'm used to it.
Like his entire life story is always getting called on and picked on by the teacher.
No, so they constantly be called on.
Like
to
take
have, like,
Bard
a
for
certain skill.
example.
Bro, dude, you know what's funny, you know, like because of my behavior, like I'm pretty much used as like because of my behavior and how like I'm always smooth. I would say an example of like, oh, why can't you be like this person who seems to have their life getting all these skills that are being useful, and it's like, man, I don't want to be put on this pedestal, but you put me there, and it's mad uncomfortable.
That's the trick of basically being like, I don't want to be in this position of power, but you know, like basically you have to have it you have to push it away while at the same time kind of accepting it. It's weird. It's
Yeah.
that whole like, it's similar to that whole Spider-Man of like, responsibility, power, responsibility, and stuff. Just at a
Yeah.
different.
Great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, and especially in this case, it's at a different angle though. Like in Spider-Man's case, he has a power in one sense, but not in the same sense of being a leader. It's different concepts of power.
Right.
And sometimes that's a hard responsibility for like a shit ton of people. A lot of people can't accept that responsibility. That is definitely going above and beyond in most cases for a lot of people.
Right.
So yeah, there's. I want to say more, but God, it's HighCast, so you know how I am.
You're high and dry.
Oh, definitely not dry. Although I probably should get some more water after this.
No, sir. Go and get some water right now. We ain't finna do this.
Did I?
We can cover.
Damn it! And you even have stuff playing, so I can't even be like, okay, all right, I'll be back. Give me a sec.
I mean,
Yeah.
Entertain the crowd.
And before you get on me, I have Gatorade and like a whole gallon of spring water right next to me. So
I just gotta have.
so
I just
I'm
gotta
staying
have a gallon
hydrated
of
myself.
water. I just have to have a gallon of water.
Be back in a sec, guys.
All right.
Yes.
So anyway, I
engaging
started blasting.
But no, I mean, I kind of doing the same here, but here because like usually with someone like I have a limit on gun bullets. Here I don't, so I can be like, oh, bet I can just go in blasting and do what I need to take him out. See, already gone. Oh snap! I do miss some over there. Hey, what's your day been like with Samasu?
Honestly, it's been just as productive as it has been miserable because and I know that this is gonna raise a lot of concerns, but last night I or rather from like late afternoon or late evening yesterday to
Yeah.
very early this morning, I threw up 20 consecutive times.
Oh boy.
And the thing is that like I felt like I was throwing up a lot more fluid than I actually had consumed yesterday um because I want to say like I want to say I drunk about a um like less than a quarter of this gallon of water that I had yesterday,
Yeah.
and but like just how much was coming out, it felt like there was a lot more. Oh, like I was throwing up a lot more than what had already went in.
Oh, jeez.
Welcome back.
Oh, thanks. Ah! Oh, wow, that hurt. I got my middle shaker filled with energy drink that I get. Or, it's an energy drink, but it's one of those that uses most like multivitamins and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, no jitters.
Anyway, getting out of TMI territory, um, this no, you're good, you're good.
There you go.
My like this morning, I had woke up, gotten pretty much all that I needed to help, kind of like keep keep my stomach from acting up too much, and actually went ahead and got my sister some chips just because I was in a generous mood.
That's nice of you.
Yeah, I figured after all that she's done for me, this is the very, very least I could do. I need to finish this beat. I swear to God.
Just taking your time on a beer.
I'm not 21 yet. And plus I've tasted beer before. Not my thing.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry, it's just not my thing. I'm not the one you should have in mind when you want to crack open a cold one with the boys.
The only cold one that snap. The only cold one that I've had is ginger beer, and that honestly is better than any beer that any like cold one that I could ever anyone can ever have. In my
I will
opinion.
say I am a vodka guy, so if you ever want to do shots, preferably post May, I'm your guy.
Just
Because
the
at least
shot
then I'll be
master.
legal.
Just the shot master over here, I'm guessing.
And we'll see.
Mm.
Sorry, just I don't know why, but for like there's like a split second, I'm like, I just cannot take that seriously. So sorry. So sorry. I'm not gonna be a dick.
There you go, you good, you good.
No, you're good. You're good.
But speaking of, I think it's time for our next part, don't you think, gentlemen?
I think so.
That is the part we all like to get out of the way the fastest, or at least those of us who don't partake. HighCast High Review. Oh my god, today's one is good. Again, brand Select Elite Live. That's because it is live resin, which I've been told you get a lot more from. My usual favorite, my workhorse of Stevia. 92% concentrate. It's called Mr. Clean. Honestly, the quick thoughts say it all. It is fast. It works fast, and I'm not joking. Like, this is probably the most accurate view, but there's like, God, just like one puff and you're good. You go. You're just good and go. My head is clear. No, seriously, you laugh, but you know, I always call because I actually worked with a guy who fucking swore up and down he worked better high, and I swear to God, I almost bought this dude drugs just so I can have him working perfectly fine at my shifts. Because this dude, when he was sober, no, seriously, this dude when he was sober was like the worst person to work with. Every shitty quality of a shitty working human being was this dude. Unless he was high. If he was high, he was like the master of the floor. He can do anything. He did it fast. He didn't question. Never back fast most of the time. I'm like, are you fucking sick? Are you fucking kidding me with this? And this is like, this is that. Like, it's got, like, just puff and go. It's clear. There's no fuzziness. There's no nothing. I don't ever, like I said, I never noticed the come down. Like, there's no down or crash. It's just like off. It's almost like a switch.
Yeah.
Honestly, my final thought is this might become my regular. This might become the one I use for like anything where I'm like needing to go on a workout, a hike. Just it's workout. I would say, at least for me, it's workout quality. But like I said, this is all personal stuff, so use at your own risk. Don't do drugs, kids.
Should we take a look?
Use what you feel, but then feel what is right.
Yeah, like, again, this isn't professional medical help for this stuff. This is just
It is
my
not.
own. This is just me, you know, going with what works for me. Like this, like I only started this stuff because I needed to help sleep, and then just more stuff kept building up, and now I'm trying to work back a bit, keep control as it were. But I ain't gonna lie, when this
pretty
stuff,
much.
like, I'd be lying if I said this stuff didn't get me through tough times when I needed it to. Just gotta be careful.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, you want to, like, pretty
Understandable.
much you want to go ahead and regulate it as best you can so that it doesn't end up becoming an addiction.
Oh yeah. And I just found out from basically from a coworker that I might actually be more addicted to. This is gonna sound bad, but like stimulation, to like being on like caffeine, like certain things that just give you the dopamine. Like that might be what I'm actually more addicted to than anything else. Because I've never had a problem just quitting stuff, but that was also because I might have been doing like a lot of caffeine, a lot of coffee, a lot of Dr. Pepper, just a lot of something in that kind of category.
Yeah.
So I'm always very like hyper aware of like, did I do much of this today? Am I okay today? What did I do? Where am I? But yeah, HighCast review. I hope that's helpful to anybody that actually takes these reviews seriously. But anyway, the next bit, the question bit. Hope you guys are ready. Hope you've been paying attention in class. Today's question bit today is another twofer. And the first one is, if you could, what setting, known or unknown, would you want to live in or visit?
I think I want to visit Narnia, actually.
Really, like, straight up. I'm not gonna lie, I have been thinking a lot about Christian fantasy and like incorporating it more into like how Narnia does it, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, it is an interesting idea to think of how would you fantasize Christianity, basically. Like if you were doing it specifically. Because Narnia is very much a very specific, you know, it makes no sense to apply the same logic of our world to another world kind of fantasy.
Yeah.
Like, literally in one of the books, Aslan openly admits that he is basically Jesus Christ, but he's not like how we recognize Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like he basically admits that's how he is, that's how that works. Which is hilarious to me, basically. Well, okay, no. Okay. Let me be clear on that. Admitting that you're Jesus Christ, but at the same time acknowledging that you're not Jesus Christ in that same sense is kind of a very bold fantasy take of saying, yes, I am Jesus, but you can't really argue with me about it either.
Because I may not be Christ, but I am someone that you should like put your like put your belief in, because I value these certain things.
Well, even I want to say there's more to it. to it too, but it basically boils down to like that's how you make good Christian fantasy. You just basically acknowledge like, yeah, this is Christian fantasy. This is supposed to be like who you think it is. At the same time, like acknowledging for what it is. Like acknowledge this for what it is. And a lot like okay, look at it this way. It's almost Christian like this Christian fantasy, specifically Narnia, is to train Christians to just enjoy fantasy.
Yeah.
In fact, that's probably why that line exists in the books at all. But what do you think? What would be your answer?
Honestly, it would. These are both kind of like crazy questions. I mean, crazy answers. But either Steven Universe or Five Nights at Freddy's. Steven Universe because I actually want to see what. It's mostly because I want to see what the gyms look like up close, like how people in the world would perceive them. And, like pretty much how pretty much kind of like get a deeper understanding of how um everything works. And FNAF strictly just to find out why the Freddy Fazbear franchise has yet to just cease to exist. Like why people
I
keep
guess
giving
I
it a
should
fucking
clarify.
chance.
You are essentially a tourist, so you wouldn't. I guess you would know in the case of the visiting, but I don't know. Like, I don't know why you would want to put that much effort to visit, because to me, like, if I were to put those on the list, God, there's just like a bunch of places I would want to visit in that category, but at the same time, I'm like, what's an actual place I would actually, visit and, want to live in? But yeah, I get your whole visiting a world to find out the mysteries. Being an adventurer is always that temptation, isn't it?
Yeah. And the thing is, I don't really consider myself adventurous. I like
And yet your second
curious,
answer,
maybe.
You're more
is pretty much, let me find out why the death killer death robot filled with murdered children is still running around. When, anyone else within even like a 5-mile radius of this fucking thing seems to be dead
Like
from it. So,
I'm just gonna go around asking people, why do you keep why is the
there are easier ways of killing yourself. You could just put your head in a shower.
or
you
visit anywhere that or visit somewhere that I could literally die off rip, like Attack on Titan
Right.
or Devilman Crybaby.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, you could pretty much name settings where you could probably die faster in, to be honest.
Exactly.
You could.
Okay, there's a bunch of zombie ones. Pick them. There's faster way of dying. Sorry, I don't mean to make fun of the Freddy Fazbear one, but God, just half the lore just tells me I wouldn't want to be like 5 miles from anyone that even knew what Freddy Fazbear was. Fuck, I wouldn't even want to be near a pizza place at that point.
Honestly, I think
Fuck
you're better.
Disneyland.
I think you're better off than not being near a fire and die as Freddy's because, like, listening through like Matt Powell's like history of like the entire like franchise, man.
Why do you think I wouldn't want to be near any place that served pizza? Like, it seems
Bro,
like just
okay.
being near a pizza place in this universe seems to be like a
But
bad idea.
there's been like betrayal, like the betrayal
Like
and
can
loss of fire.
I can tolerate a lot of the timeline. The one thing that I wish that he would just let go is robot children.
See, the thing is that like
That's one of the things that I feel like was not supposed to translate over from the books to the games. I'm
But he
sorry,
did it for
but
his
Greg
father.
That's the
Theory
thing.
is
No, that's the
fucking
funny
stupid.
part. That was the other way around, though. Like, you kind of find out early on that, like, the children thing was more of an Easter egg, but then it basically became, like, the cornerstone of the whole franchise. Like, it's fucking hilarious. Like, it's right up there with how GTA became a thing. You know that story?
I do not.
Oh my god. Okay. Long story short, they were actually making a racing game, but some weird bug in the AI caused like the cars to just chase after you, basically, like in a crazy way. And this would later become the AI for the police in the first GTA.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
And if I remember correctly, it's actually a bug too. Yeah, it's one of those bugs that created GTA. Fucking hilarious.
Neat.
So yeah, no, that's kind of what happened here, except it was less a bug and more just like a funny lore bit that became more serious. God, I was more thirsty than I thought today.
This is for some animatronics.
I was actually going to talk about my setting. Honestly, any space opera setting, Outlaw Star though would be my #1 pick. I just think that setting has like the most opportunity if you're familiar with Outlaw Star, or, like any anime basically. Anything where I can have my own spaceship or like organization or crew basically. Whether that's being like a space pirate or a space outlaw or a space marshal or whatever. Space bush ranger, asteroid ranger, whatever. Prospecting. Space cowboy, okay? I want to be a space cowboy. Fuck it. Let's just call it space cowboy.
Bebop?
Sort of. I actually prefer the Outlaw Star setting for that, though, more. I think Outlaws are cooler and have a better, like, overall ideology in that setting than how kind of, like, Cowboy Bebop did their space western. Don't get me wrong, I love Cowboy Bebop space western, but it's dry, and I feel like I need more of, like, what, like, kind of what Gundam does, like, more, like, a little bit more action. Like, more in your face occasionally. Which is weird. Right. I'm not normally into that in real life, but I think I think if I'm going to have to do space combat, I'd rather do it like with the grappler, hand to hand, for lack of better words. You guys should look up Outlaw Star if you haven't seen that anime. It's fucking awesome.
Will do.
Heck, it's commonly the anime people claim I think it was Joss, whoever created Serenity or Firefly, whoever created that supposedly copied it. He claims he doesn't, but there's just a lot of weird similarities. It's not even funny. But yeah, space opera settings, those are pretty cool. I would love being one of those. So, anything to add to that, or shall we go to the second question for a little bit more meat tonight?
Oh, we can go to the second question.
Oh. So, what's a setting you would like to see or create yourself? Like, what's something you might have made as a side project or something?
I think oh, there's something that I did create like in high school, but it never really came into fruition because I never had a time to actually reach out and publish it. But pretty much is a story. Pretty much is a story of where like So let me just give you the concept. So we have these gods, right? Mm-hmm. And pretty much they wanted to create a world without without sin, which like corruption. So basically, you have people that will be kind to one another. No, like no say class and say religion, but you be not under this one roof where people can be able to like to live and grow together. Basically, it's an ideal world that we want to live in, but it could. But I think one of them realized like, hey, would you if you do this, you kind of you take away these people's like freedom of choice, because I mean, of course, like they don't not aware of how they have a choice of like going after something else, because this is all that you provide for them. There's no way for them to like to go like mentally. So pretty much he introduced corruption, and pretty much what pretty much like the plot of the story is that in order to fix it, they bring in humans, which are pretty much from our world, which pretty much like try to even like everything out and try to center people around its idol. But as like the story goes on, like it comes more and more to where like this world, this perfect utopia they wanted to create, it started to become the world that we know, and because of that, the world slowly like corrupts itself. Well, but that's pretty much like what my idea of it, without going to too much specific details.
I kind of see what you're getting at. It's an interesting. It's definitely an interesting concept to play around with. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd make that to a story though. That definitely seems like a really kick-ass setting though. I'm not gonna lie. That seems like a fun setting to be in.
Yeah.
You got something? I'd love to honestly see your thoughts on that.
I don't know, because the only thing that comes to mind is, like, I know it plays off of a anime that I've already watched up to now. I forget what the anime was called. Anyway, it's like basically people are descended from like, I'm not thinking of an anime, I'm thinking of D&D.
No.
Like, is this what anime is this I'm thinking of?
Like,
I know I'm thinking of an anime.
D&D, but a bit of a twist on it. Like like pretty much like people are descended from different mythical races. Like like you could be am I thinking of God of High School? I think I am. Like, but you know, let's take that for example.
Okay.
Like you're descended from, like let's say that one of the lineages that you're descended from is Sun Wukong. Like you, like it'll be in your DNA, but it's not until you kind of like have a bit of like it's not until you come into contact with someone of that same lineage that actually has their powers activated do you get to activate your powers. um what I was thinking is like like if we're going for like a specific story structure type of deal, um what I was thinking is
Go on.
y'all are gonna y'all are gonna see just how eccentric I can get. The main character is descended from succubi and incubuses and
Okay.
incubi.
Go on.
And basically he
Should I be saying I like where this is going, or should I pause?
what
Because I feel like that's still a little early, but I'm not too sure. You know how this is.
like pretty much what I was thinking was the main character is what's the word I'm looking for? I know there's a word, and I think it starts with a C.
Don't tempt me,
He's
That's just-
he's basically
I'm a terrible person. I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. Continue.
he's basic. He's basically. Oh, he's basically descended from intercourse demons.
Go on.
And he and like what I was because I already kind of like started on like an initial draft years ago. Like basically he's staying how it starts off he's staying over with some family in a different state, and he go like pretty much he goes out to this shed in the backyard, and that's when he kind of like has his first encounter with one of his ancestors. And basically what I was thinking was it would consist of him like pretty much said ancestor trying to get him to activate his latent power, and it's not until I want to say because I want to make this like as humanly realistic as possible. I want to say that he goes through one of the worst breakups of his life, and he sinks so far into a depression that he starts sleeping around, and he just so happens to come into contact with someone who's also descended from succubi, and he gets his powers activated that way. it
I'm seeing why you're saying
claiming his
eccentric.
brother.
Well, it's eccentric because this story has been told before, but this would be the first time where it's essentially just activated by sex, but not in a porno way, if you get what I mean.
But a meaningful way.
Sort of like, let me put it this way. There's probably a few hentai that has this very plot line, but the way he's making it out, it seems like this is more like, it's not the focus. It's more like this is how it acted. Like, this just happened, like, it just happens to be
this
sex.
is par for the course. Yeah.
Okay, imagine in this world where all the demon powers are activated by the sin. So, like, if this was like a dude who had like gluttony powers was from a gluttony demon, these powers are probably activated the first time he goes to a buffet.
Yeah.
Or advert. Like again, hypothetical. Like, we're talking like any demon would activate this way. We're talking about there are probably demons who activate pretty casually every time they're like, man, I really want an ice cream right now. Demon powers activate! Fuck! Puberty's inconvenient. Imagine having your demon powers activate because someone walked by with ice cream. You know how embarrassing that would be?
I could really go for some ice cream right now. Oh shit, now I'm the Sin Archbishop of Gluttony.
Or like,
that's a ReZero reference if you didn't catch that.
That's pretty good. I didn't get it, but someone's gonna get it. I'm gonna be like, that's good.
Yeah.
Someone will get it.
Someone will get it. Like all the Homestuck and like the Christ. I do so many like God, I hope he does not follow this just yet. But there's like some no. There's a dude an artist dude that I follow that he's pretty much like he's made some pretty famous characters in like the 40K community. Like especially in the art community. Like I guarantee you've seen a female commissar that he has drawn or that's based off a character that he's drawn, as well as a few other
Kamuzar, definition, please.
They're political officers, famous in Soviet Russia during World War II for killing soldiers trying to retreat. Yeah, I know what you're trying to do, but next time you should probably be like, that's probably not a porn thing.
No, I was honestly wondering what it was.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, that is the definition. In this case, though, it's 40K, but they serve the same function. Although they do have a little bit more leniency, and they don't always have to kill guys. In fact, there's another Commissar that kind of created that's famous for basically just charging headlong into enemy lines, and the dudes that, like, he's under always follow him along, because it's like, well, that's pretty gutsy for this guy to do. We should probably follow him, because that seems like the smart thing to do now. So, yeah. I have way too much weird lore.
Yeah, you're good.
I have a setting that I've been working on, like 2 actually, but I can pretty much explain both with 1 picture, weirdly enough. So we're going to, first of all, make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to image capture, browse. Oh, good. Here. Sorry. I always gotta make sure I get my stuff.
No, you're right.
Done, so. I'm in the wrong thing now, aren't I? Weird. I know this picture's here somewhere. Where are you?
Come on. No. Oof. Don't you die, Joker. Sorry.
I'm just like, I keep forgetting Joker is a character in that.
No. Oh my goodness.
Don't you care enough about Joker to not kill her, please?
It's him. Is he him?
Really? That Joker was a chick in this.
No.
So confused. Alright. Transitioning. So, I have 2 settings, but both have a similar theme of basically battlesuit / power. And,
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I should probably send you guys the picture. I'm being so silly today. Oh.
Used up a lot of stamina. I'd say now's the time to call it.
Jesus.
I can see it.
Well,
What's that?
if I can find a way to send it to you guys quickly. Okay. It will be... Yeah, I'll post it in the
Special
notes.
attack. Gun.
Use special attack. Tank suit. Anyways, it's in the Bromy no mic.
And it goes Zamazu's special attack. Spit bars.
Drop mad special attack. Drop mad beat. Oh yeah, okay. Have you guys seen the picture?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so the idea is in kind of like both settings that a lot of combat's just being done essentially in these suits. So, you know, you do have like conventional infantry. In fact, weirdly enough, this would like the fighting for both would be more like Dragoon combat. But in this case, like, let me put it this way, you're not ditching the horse anytime soon. If you're ditching the horse, either shit has really hit the fan, or you are just straight up doing the final charge, and there's just no point.
Okay.
And so that's like a lot of how both these settings work. They say settings because in one, more of a like a sci fantasy setting. So I believe I'm still calling them the Coven worlds, and they're basically kind of like a coalition of basically mages working with planets to help defend and advance them in exchange for the planets. You know, basically like mutual exchange of resources to help advance and defend the worlds. They're currently called the Coven worlds, and almost all the ground forces use some version of like a battle suit in support of like mages, witches, sorcerers, warlocks, anyone that's basically a spellcaster is having practically an entire fucking platoon of dudes in armored tank suits. Armored tank suits to keep them alive as long as possible so they can keep the mages alive as possible. Force multiplication through sheer survival.
Yeah.
Like, this is taking, like, the D&D, like, shield, like, martial mage thing to, like, to the tactical extremes. And the other setting is the one I've already mentioned, the Drift Colonial Colleges idea. Basically, the homeworlds of humanity just send just huge chunks of people they just don't, like, they don't care about, but only in the sense that they just don't want to actually help them on the homeworlds. Like, sure, we'll give you everything you ask for. Free, like, medical, dental, jobs, housing, food, all of that. You're just not getting it here.
Yeah.
Like, we'll give you all that, you're just not going to get it here. You can get it out there, not here. And, like... And the thing is, like, almost all of their other suits and stuff, like, the things that they normally use are all, like, basically converted civilian, equipment. They're still good for combat, but they look like stuff. This is the extent of what would be, like, military gear. A single suit with maybe some weapons.
Yeah.
Like, if they have variety of weapons, they're converted civilian things. Like, most of their forces are using using accelerated nail guns, basically.
Now then.
Or rail guns or something like that. Like, they're using whatever uses the least amount of resources to do the job.
Yeah.
Like, they're maximizing as much as they can. So, like, energy weapons if possible, and is used. And that's kind of like the two settings. I don't know why, I kind of like the medium scale to small scale mech combat, basically. For lack of better words. Like, where you're...
Now, I actually see why, because like, since it is actually relative to the actual size of a adult human being, there's a lot more stakes involved in regards to them losing their life. Like I don't know, it's just like personally it feels a lot more realistic that instead of being in a cockpit in the back, like in the fucking back of the neck of the
I'll just add this.
mech, is like they're actually the mech itself. They're like they're basically the mech skeleton itself, which in turn puts them in a lot more danger. So like if they lose an arm, they lose their actual fucking arm and they're actually
Blaze.
bleeding out.
If you don't know, I'm streaming. I can get behind that in a bit, but I just kind of like the idea of, like, small scale, like, this is actually why I don't like Gundam. Like, I was even talking about this earlier, and this is part of the reason this became the question, actually. Someone earlier today was talking about how they were talking about, like, the Cold War going hot, and the idea of, like, power armor or battle suits kind of makes sense in that setting, because of course you would want to put infantry into small, practically infantry-sized, or at least, like, car-sized suits or infantry fighting vehicles that serve all the purpose to make them survive, or better survive, like nuclear or radioactive environments. Like, there's
Yeah.
a certain appeal that makes sense on why you would do that. And to me, it does make sense to do that. It is a logical step, basically. But, like, Gundam kind of ruined that because it basically took the battlesuit concept, which is basically... Here, I'll literally show you, like... This is funny. This is literally how thin the line between, like, power armor, this is arguably power armor. I would say this is basically, like, dash armor without, like, the jets, which is basically... Okay, so... Dash armor is basically power armor, but it focuses on mobility. So, like, jets up the wazoo. It's meant to be mobile.
Yeah.
power armor is just what you think, just powerized armor, but in many ways you could just add enough jets to power to make it fly. This is in that same category. Like, if you add enough of jets to this, this could function like dash armor easily. But I'm going to show you how thin the line of power armor, dash armor, and battle suits are. Because it's all you're literally going to actually laugh. Because you were even just talking about this earlier. You'll see what I mean in a sec. Fine, no, it's not in this folder. Of course it's not in that folder. Yes. This one. Okay. So I'm gonna have to do... Oh. Let's do it this way. Don't know if it'll change the picture right away. Okay. It did. So, and I will send this again in the same chat. So, this is literally, but I want to again illustrate. This is what a battle suit is, and it's literally that ridiculous on how thin that line is in this example. If it will let me freaking post, there we go. So I'm posting it here, and this is from the Metal Gear games, the Metal Gear universe.
Okay.
Okay. So you see it.
They
Right?
all look the fucking same.
Because it is kind of supposed to be the same in this, but okay. So the thing about battle suits is, for all intents and purposes, you are riding around in a battle suit.
Why do they look like stapler guns?
Yeah, I know they're weird, but they're a robot you're riding around in. They're a battle suit. That's what a battle suit basically is.
I see.
It's something you ride around in. I guarantee you that powered armored thing I was showing you earlier is about the same size. That's how thin of a line it is between what battle suits are and power armor is. A power armor is a tank you wear. A battle suit is something you ride around in. That's literally the only difference. And in theory, battle suits would have robots somewhat controlling it, where power armor at best would have like a control system.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But yeah, it really is hilarious how thin of a line those two are. And those two are kind of important to that concept they were talking about. And again, the reason I blame Gundam for killing battle suits is because they made this thing stupidly huge. As large skyscrapers. Like, that's why... And I blame it for this other reason. Like, there are actually 4 or 5 companies that have made working battlesuit or proto-battlesuit concepts that are working. They are either mobile, or they are having a system needed for a battlesuit 100% functioning. Like,
Right.
dead ass. There's a company in Japan that has made a working battlesuit that actually fought against an American battle mech concept and won. In fact, it won so hard that when they tried to do a round 2, no one gave a shit.
You're doing this one?
Like, that's how hard the American suit lost. That when they got a round 2 and won, no one cared. Because the whole point was, hey, these aren't toys. Your toy isn't worth anything to anybody. But yeah, no one took any of those seriously, even though the Japanese basically have battlesuit tech ready to go. Open market for $1 million. It's already been in 2 movies, if I remember correctly, too. Here, do you want me to get a picture?
Sure.
A lot of people don't believe me whenever I bring it up. But yeah, it's stupidly sad because, like, these are legit working systems, and no one takes these systems seriously. All because of fucking Gundam. All because Gundam made battlesuits stupidly tall and huge. Sorry, I do have my issues with some of these things. forget how I'm messing. But yeah, what do you guys think, basically? It's so hard to find some of these.
You know.
Oh, these are all of them. Perfect. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Okay. Cinnamon.
No, seriously, it's annoying to try to look for, like, the serious ones, because there are a few, like, personal projects, basically, that are pretty close, to be fair. But they're still personal projects, so you know what the limitations are when you're seeing those. Okay, so I'm gonna try to just get the images correctly. Okay, so this one... Hey, Bart, do you mind showing these off for a sec, if you can? Because I'm... so much trouble getting this one. So this is the Japanese one. This is the one that kicked the American one ass.
Yeah, I can see. I can see why.
Here's a better look at how it operates. So this is and this is why I call it a proto battlesuit concept, because it uses a pretty straightforward ground movement system. It doesn't fuck
Right.
around, basically. Which is the problem with here's a picture of the such a clown car. But yeah, show these off if you can. Here, I'll do my best. I'm just trying to get these. So, in fact, let me.
Wait, that's an American one?
Yeah, the orange and yellow one.
Yeah, that does look like something from America. Cause like cause like the protector wheels doesn't give it it gives it like limited movement, as with one from like.
But you see why when here, hold on, before I even explain, because everyone needs to see how ridiculous this was when
Okay.
I honestly no one took them seriously after they lost, because everyone saw it coming. Okay, so we're gonna close.
Literally, I can see how it could have lost so bad. Like the
It's such
Japanese concept battle bot, like it looks like it's actually military made. Like it's
It
like
was
it's a
like the
military
guys who
grade
built
shit.
like the company who built this was literally like, we're designing this based off like if we were actually building these for the military. They're not planning to build these for the military, to be clear, but that's how, like, these are guys who took the concept and did it seriously. Like, look at these two pictures. Look at these two pictures. You tell me which one of these looked like it was done by professionals who knew what the fuck they were doing.
Like,
and which one was done by a bunch of clowns, like who looked like done by a bunch of freaking clowns who were more interested in making a giant toy and making money off the giant toy. And these
like
guys
the
were
American
like,
one look.
oh dude, seriously, they were straight up like, USA, USA. But like not even a minute. They got owned in a minute by a custom built one that was actually built strategically compared to their toy.
Like, what's
Crap like this, it's crap like this why no one takes that shit seriously. Straight up. But yeah, here are the other ones. I'll post them in just a sec. But these are the other concepts. All of these are in some stage of working, by the way. Or some aspect of the technology being used to build them is working.
Yeah.
No one takes any of these concepts seriously. Not a one. Oh, here's the picture. Here, hold on. Save image as.
Okay.
Here's the one. Here's the one that actually defeated it. The one they custom built. I'll post that in the stream soon for you guys to see. Hey, look at that! Look at that! Yeah, I wonder why they won. It actually looked like they built something designed to actually do its job. And not
Real
be
quick, I
kind of-
wanna finish my thought.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
The Japanese one looks like something that was actually genuinely built by the military for military use. The American one looks like it's some scrapyard shit that was built for the movie Real Steel.
Okay, so I'm not gonna, because it's not hard to find the American one. Just look up American BattleBot or whatever.
Yeah.
Because here's the quote unquote the one that went on to beat the Japanese one later, and it's exactly what you would think would be what would be later built to do the thing, as stupidly American as it looks. No, I'm not posting it in the chat because no one cared when it won the second time. Why should you freaking care now? But you see what they built? None of that got used, by the way, if I remember correctly. Because when the Japanese showed up again, they're like, we already won. Your rematch means nothing. You didn't change anything. Whatever. Didn't even try. They basically were like, okay, I guess we're good.
That is good enough. Like, there's no way they'll make a beat us. Bah, 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 bah.
No, I mean, like, it literally looked like the Japanese team didn't even try the second time. Why would they? The American team didn't change jack shit and was basically like, okay, whatever. Like, it literally, like I said, no one cared the second time when it happened.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you couldn't pay me enough money to
Even watch a free
rep in
thing.
the country,
Hey,
especially America, because
God,
like
Megabot.
there's a
That's
reason.
like the greatest burn ever. That's free. That's free, and someone on here is basically like, you couldn't pay me to watch it.
Like honestly, you couldn't pay me enough
I'm
to
so
try and
mad.
rep a country, because
Dude.
especially America, because there's a reason why we're the laughing stock of the world. Like,
Yeah,
it's painfully obvious at this point.
Dude, when you win, like, when you have a rematch, you win, and no one gives a shit. Like, really? I'm surprised they even were carrying on. Like, no wonder they weren't promoting that on their fucking channel for the longest time. So, like, yeah, no wonder you're not promoting it, just promoting all the build footage. I wouldn't be promoting the fact that I won the second time and no one cared. Seriously. Here, let me show you the video. Let me show you a picture of another company also doing a for serious project. This one in the sport, like, this is the other reason I respect some of these guys. So, you guys already seen the picture in who, you know, Bart, my guests. You guys already
Yeah.
seen the picture. So let
Bring it
me,
in, bring
let
it
me
in.
get it for the. Save that. Bring that one.
Why, hello there.
Weird.
Come again.
Oop. I guess I did not download it.
Hi, welcome. Is that all for today? Here are your items.
Because the other one is just pretty standard fare for what you'd consider like a robot suit. So it looks like something from Avatar. So if you've seen Avatar, you know what that is.
Oh, wait, I don't know. What? Wait, do you mean the core or like the original Avatar?
No, the
Because remember they had.
Pandora. That Avatar.
Oh,
That
okay.
is huge. I guess better to show off. So, and here's the other one. Another what I would say serious contender. And these guys are designing basically a sports action mech. Like the quad of mechs. Like, you see how much better that is? You see how much better these concepts are?
Yep.
Freaking fucking Megabots wants to represent the United States in this field, and they're being like owned by the quad guys. This is literally as if freaking Like a freaking like this is if Segway made an assault tank. Like somehow Segway made something better than Abrams. That's how embarrassing Megabots is. You're getting owned by Segways. Just turn your channel off. Whatever. I have no,
Just go home.
I just don't have sympathy though. Like this is the reason this tech isn't being explored in any fashion, because the Japanese one I can see as like actual loading equipment or farming equipment. The mech, like, for Christ's sakes, they've already demonstrated that this thing could pretty much pull logs and stuff like that. This would be perfect for logging and stuff like that. What's the American one? Oh yeah, maybe paintball in like in a hypothetical extreme sports scenario. Yeah, did Red Bull want this? No? I wonder why. I wonder why. Oh, maybe because BattleBots is cheaper. Like, actual BattleBots. Sorry, I just really hate the joke. The jokes that try to claim they're being serious, and they're not. They're just not. They might as well just admit they're trying to be scam. Like, they might as well just be more honest and admit they're just trying to be straight up scams. Or, you know, passion projects that aren't meant to make money. Like, these guys had straight up a promotional video about how they were going to mass produce. Like, I hope it was a joke. I hope that my brain was just so fried or just so frustrated at the time that I misinterpreted a joke and took it too far. But if not, wow. I'm so glad none of their goals were met. Because I really would not like to live in a world where, like, there was another pseudo sports thing. I'd rather see mech racing from this company with this kick-ass, and that's full body control, by the way. The white spider thing, full body control.
Mm-hmm.
Their gimmick for their mechs is that it's like you're using your whole body to do as much control of this as possible. And it is very responsive from what I can tell, and fast. Especially for like an actual walking mech of this type. So I'm super impressed with what's coming along, and I can see the potential in all this. And again, like I was saying, like Gundam ruined it by making it stupidly tall and just basically being like, this is how everyone's gonna see battle suits from now on. Like, you make them as small as you want, but no one's gonna take them seriously, even when you make, again, working ones that meet all the standards. Christ, there's an open source big dog thing that you can probably stick on, that the Japanese one could probably stick on top of, and it would be walking. Like, straight up walking.
Pretty much.
Sorry, I know I have a certain passion for these kind of things, and I hate the jokes. I hate the passion projects trying to take themselves more seriously. Like, especially when they're not trying to do anything interesting with it. Like, I forget their name, but there's a group that I loved their project because it was just straight up making a fancy futuristic loader. Making it work, making all the tech bits, and I loved their project. I was sad that their spider project didn't go according to plan, but I kind of saw it wasn't because they were basically trying to get, like, a bunch of excavator equipment to be the legs, and I'm like, that's not something you can just slap together. They learned that the hard way, but it's like, I want to say you should know better, but then again, I don't. I'm an outsider looking in. I have very much a skewed hindsight 2020 perspective on this thing. I'm not someone that can honestly judge that, to be fair. That's also like why I want that setting. I want these to be more real, more everyday, but that's like a far, far way off. And it makes me sad. And it's why these things frustrate me. No, like, I'm sorry, Megabots. I'm not trying to be a dick, but just you're not helping. Your attempt at extreme sports mechs is not going to go anywhere until people actually recognize mechs as being a thing you can actually use for anything else. There's a reason the custom-made extreme sports things don't work out the way they do when you introduce them the way they do. There's a reason. What was that frickin' MTV sports thing they tried doing? like with the trampolines. Does anyone else remember that? Am I that old?
No, the only thing I recall.
God, I am that old.
I mean,
So
I'm thinking of Wipeout, but you could be thinking of something completely different.
it was basically basketball with trampolines. I want to say it was called Murder Ball, but I don't know why. But MTV just had this whole like fetish with like making extreme names to get away with it. Like I even think that's where that whole punked without the E came from. To be fair.
What did you say?
From their TV show, if you're familiar with it. Anyway, sorry, let me put that away. Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to rant about that. Just stuff like that does. I don't know, it just bugs me to an unreasonable extent, but I think that's also because I just don't respect certain hustles anymore. Some hustles are just no longer tolerated in my book, and the Megabots is really a particularly heinous one in my mind. Like maybe not enough to deserve hate. Don't hate on them, seriously, guys. Like, God, I hope no one puts hate on them. Don't hate them. Don't. They're just businessmen. But I just can't respect that hustle anymore. Like that's just a me thing. I just can't respect it, especially if it just if it doesn't get anywhere. If it didn't get you anywhere, then what was the point?
I shall be right back. I have to take care of something real quick.
Okay.
Take your time. We're still kind of in this, aren't we? I don't know. I guess. What's your opinion on that kind of like the setting? I specifically. We went on a side tangent, didn't we?
Yeah, we were going closing on cause on there for a bit.
But yeah, so I guess back to what I was originally saying about concepts. Like, so that's kind of the thing because I like that small focus, and I kind of agree with people who say that you should always focus on like the pilot, like the people inside the things. Oh God, I want to say the creator of like. I think of my favorite work of his. I want to say Princess in the Valley of the Wind. You know what I'm talking about?
I'll say that again.
Princess in the Valley of the Wind.
No, I don't recall.
I'm pronouncing his name. I'm pronouncing that wrong, anyways. But I don't know. I just like pilot focus. Kind of like I don't know. I kind of want this weird mix of like slice of life, but in kind of like active duty. Maybe not a full war zone, but like that whole active duty kind of thing. Patrols, maybe stuff like that. I know that kind of sounds weird, but I don't know. I have a weird thing for like, I guess treating certain things like a day job in a certain context. I know that's weird, but. Sorry, don't mean to get quiet.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
But do you have actually any questions on those two? Because I know one of them will be something we'll probably actually expand in the future. In fact, I'll probably be working on it next chance I get. Honestly, I've gotten so much done with writing and stuff too.
Yeah.
Ooh, in fact, I'm probably going to do that after the streams get some more writing done.
You were talking about, we're talking about in the clear race. We're talking about in the like concept of the mechs.
No, those are actually mostly fleshed out. Here, I won't post it on the stream just yet because that will actually be part of like phase 1 projects. But I can actually post stuff here for you to have more of an idea, since there might be a point where we actually might play in the setting before we do it as a full project. So, yes. secrets shared amongst us. But stuff you will know if you join the Patreon. Temptations. But not the greatest. Well, probably the greatest, honestly. Depends on how much you guys like story time, basically. Or potential story time. God, just so not fair today, am I? Or vague. Vagueness! Okay, here they are. So, this one and this one. So, the work mech is a combination of these two, basically.
What did you say?
Maybe with, like, the pilot and something like nestled in the soup like this. Kind of see what I'm getting at?
Okay, from the first images I can see. Okay, how are you supposed? Oh, okay.
For the
Uh,
audience,
uh,
the second mech is spidery. I can tell you like it's a spidery mech, but I don't want to show you
Yeah.
the design since I'm still working on it.
You
Just
know,
showing Bard like visualizations.
I almost to see the person's face until a little bit to the right.
Oh yeah, that is a bit of a cluster, but that is kind of like the core of that. But this would be like a labor unit converted for combat, basically. Because a lot of the especially the colonial one, since this is that for that setting, a lot of their stuff is just for mining and stuff. So
Okay.
which I know that's kind of weird to say it or put it that way, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. Like, do you get the concept? Do you think it's at least interesting for like? Because imagine working with the tank units too. Like that's kind of the other
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, you know, I feel like it'd be a concept that could like realistically work.
I think so because lately I've been operating on. I didn't read it. It was actually from PM Seymour. He does like Tumblr readings, and there was one he did where someone said, "I don't want my fiction to be realistic. I want it to be convincing." And ever since then, I've been working on making things convincing, and that has really improved my writing and encouraged me to write more to the point that I'm actually pretty close to having all the notes and stuff written down for one particular writing project that I actually might introduce to you guys soon, but I need to make sure I have. Like, let me put it this way: if I do it right, I'll pretty much have all I need would be the fine details for the book aspect of it. If I wanted to make it a book or a story or something, or a script. We'll still see. Still not sure on what I would want to do. Weird, but you know. Oh jeez.
Your excuse.
I actually have a question. What, like, from what I've told you, would you be interested in playing in this setting?
No, I mean, you do it instantly into jump in and see what's going on.
But what do you like? We can actually do some of it because I was already writing a story on how people tend to get onto the colonies themselves, like the actual vessels. And most of the time, it's pretty weird. It is pretty much like being like essentially just going through like the airport or like the standard immigration process, but like on a weird industrial scale. And you'd even be lucky to have like a lot of your stuff, especially if you're being, you know, exiled from like this, like the particularly more vindictive homeworlds. But you would have some considerable freedoms. Like I said, they are colleges first and foremost, so free education whenever you want.
Yeah.
Heck, that's kind of what was the slice of life, is that most people do that for their free time. Like, if they don't have any other tasks, any other jobs, or anything else, they just go do some education bit, or
Now then.
try to be part of the education system on these drift colonies, basically. And that is what they do mostly. They just drift in space while mining out the asteroid that they're currently in. Which can take fucking forever. In fact, I think in the setting I've established that there isn't been a drift colony that's fully mined out the asteroids they're using. So they're pretty sustainable right currently in the setting. Although they still will build more, basically mining vessels that'll convert asteroids into the drift colonies themselves, and so on and so forth, basically. But that's up to you, like, on how you want to do that, or even be, like, you could be anything in these things, basically. As long as there's, like, availability of resources or to do it. Like, you want to be basically a butcher? Here, you can basically get first dibs on processing the meat. Of whatever meat we do get. If we get meat. You want to be a farmer? Sure, here's a bunch of hydroponics we need someone to look after. That's up to you. I don't know. Like, what were you thinking when I brought it up?
Okay, so so refresh like it's basically the giving so you basically like giving the materials to be able to like to accomplish like your careers.
Yeah, that's actually very much an option.
Mm.
Like, essentially, the purpose of the colonies is to do whatever is necessary for these people that they're sending into space to basically have something to do, or, for lack of a better word, no reason to go back to the homeworlds to, cause havoc or do damage.
Yeah.
In fact, that's another thing. There has never been a drift colony that has returned to their world to date. The closest is drift colonies discovering essentially things that would be the homeworld or equivalent homeworlds to them. So as a result, a lot of times, especially if like the drift colonies have been particularly like treated poorly, they will actually burn other parallel homeworlds just for being close enough to the homeworlds they left.
Thank you.
It's kind of brutal sometimes.
Mission accomplished.
But that's also why it's like, how do I say? It's also why a lot of them aren't trying to be dicks either. It's weird. But I don't know. What's your take on that, basically?
Mm.
There's been more mash.
And one thing, but one thing to on is that it's pretty smooth about how it would about like it that it was a side that can basically be able to. But one is built on its own balls will help you like succeed. It will help you like succeed in like your like goals of what you need to do, and with you every like you put when you like sell yourself, you'll be able to get yourself for protection and for those around you. But that's basically where my thoughts are in terms of that.
I should write something.
Welcome. the Velvet Room. You wish to browse the entries.
I wonder when he'll be back.
What will you be registering?
Wait, where'd he go?
He said he had to take care of something.
Okay.
Like to this persona has been registered in it. Please take a look.
Yo, what I miss?
I'll just talk
Speak of him, he shall appear.
I was gonna say, we're just talking about the drift colonies, the colonial
You have
drift
no
colony
personas to
setting, or the
register.
drift colonial colleges settings that
This is the request.
I was
I'll be working on this one.
have made and have been working on basically for some time.
Awaken your new self.
Oh,
We talked about it last time, but I was just explaining because I've shown pictures of essentially the inspiration for the worker variant of the suit, since I've already shown what was considered the combat, or I think they jokingly refer to it as the security variant, for lack of a better word.
mm-hmm.
But the working variant is this, but it's also been converted for heavier combat use. We were also talking about in one particular case, like what would you want to do in this setting? How would you want to spend your time? Because, like I said, these are a mixture of like colleges, mining operations, just stuff that's basically just send people away, but keep them busy while not being dicks about it. Like, what would you do if you had a chance? Because you could be a musician, like straight up. Entertainment's always good. Good money.
This is the request.
Yeah, I think I would just stick with music because,
Okay, it's canceled.
like,
You're accepting this request?
personally, I feel like I couldn't be bothered to really try and do anything out of my comfort zone.
Okay, you're accepting this request?
Well, to be fair, in the case of comfort zones,
Time to get to work.
yeah, they would let you do that, but also mining would be pretty cool. Especially mech suits. I would totally be doing mining as much as possible, to be frank. Now that sounds weird, but that's just me. Being inside basically a giant bee or spider mech for mining.
Yeah.
Let's get to work.
I mean, personally, I feel like it's like kind of up for debate because, like, if it pays more than music ever will, then sure, why not? But
It would, actually. There would be some form of compensation for everything, obviously.
leaning towards a hard maybe here.
What's something you would want to do? Like, let me put it another way. Like, if you were in charge of one of these, how would you have it operate?
Honestly, because I feel like I'm more the type of person that doesn't exactly like I don't really tend to really look think of something new to do with something if there aren't already like specific use cases for it, and even then it's pretty hard to come up with a new use case for something.
I get that. Here, give me a sec.
Okay.
Entertain the crowd.
Let me take a swig of my water. My eyes are starting to close slowly.
Oh, a shadow.
Let me look at these different designs that we have here again. So expansion collapses itself. That's a crack. This is the
Nearby shadow detected.
Alright, let's get back in this.
I can see it.
Ooh, excuse me.
All right. I think.
Focus.
You guys think it's about that time?
Steady.
Yeah, I think we were just about there.
All right. Ooh, keep getting symbols away. All right. So I guess I'll wrap up and wind down. Any final thoughts?
I think what my final thoughts of me would be that don't then like bro. Well, first off, I think do it with like a question that you brought for us, like with trying to figure out a setting and places and places to visit, because it expands upon like it kind of takes concepts of what we know now, but in a places where um it's progressive rather than to be something that to the rather than something that's too like to grade a bit, but we were in the video that happened at college to where they provide you what could happen in college to where like helps for the education and then some. I think it'd be something that I would like to go out to visit and go on ahead with, and if we can, it would feel anyway that the we feel something that we probably would need more when we're going ahead as honestly like uh if I think feel like the human aspect is kind of drowning out a bit from uniqueness if that's if you get what I mean.
No, I totally get what you mean, and honestly, that's why this will be probably one of our major world building projects if we do it for the channel. Like, it is planned to be for something we do during Phase 1.
Yeah.
But that requires us getting more people basically signing up everywhere, or showing up to the streams more. At least enough until we get like 100, basically.
Yeah.
But that does require like more people showing up, promoting, getting people on board, signing up, doing pretty much anything and everything. Even just talking in chat occasionally. Not saying that you guys need to like do emojis right now, just more like, you know, being honest about how we have to plan this out, because this is also kind of like a small community effort too. So, you know, gotta have that mix. That communication.
Man.
Gotta not have people calling in the middle of my streams.
So you
Hold on,
so
that's
now,
actually hold on. That's actually somebody that I should probably have sent one of the stream things to. Give me a sec here.
That looks suspicious.
okay.
But yeah, no, that's gonna be the plan though. So keep those thoughts on that open. Straight up, we will
Of course.
have more of these discussions if we can get away with it. There, just so he knows.
I'm gonna make you mine. All mine.
He's actually a big 40K guy too. So, and he loves giving me information on his armies and stuff. So he has some pretty crazy things. Really into the cheese. Right? Yeah, I probably should not be streaming that still. Let me just
What? Oh, my thing.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. It's kind of questionable.
Yeah, we're just gonna.
Yeah.
This really is
Hopefully, we're not gonna get in trouble for that. That
We
was
won't. We won't.
brief. I'm not paranoid about it. I just like definitely see why that's gonna be like questionable later. Definitely questionable later. But yeah, no, it will definitely be fun, especially when we get some more work into it. But yeah, I'll definitely be getting more work in that. Honestly, probably this week once I'm finished getting my notes down for the last writing project I have. I want to make sure I'm getting that stuff done in kind of some order, basically. Like, I want to get one thing at least done, or at least where I'm satisfied before I go to the next thing, basically.
So sketch.
Yeah.
Did someone?
Yeah, that was me. Hi there. I came through to say hi.
What's good, Chief?
Oh, hey.
Uh,
Some last minute.
oh, I just dropped in to say what's up. My bad. Are y'all still streaming?
Yep, still streaming, my man.
Yeah,
we're about to-
Feel free. No. Feel free to stay since we're still gonna have like an after thing. So yeah, this is our man Sketch or Blade within the collective, as it were. That's kind of like our
Hey,
thing
man.
for the back, as
It's-
it were.
It's like it's almost 2 a.m. I'm going the fuck to sleep. I just wanted to say hi. I'm sorry.
No,
he's tired.
this is good.
Oh yeah,
This-
motherfuckers.
No, totally good. Going to be posting stuff about the old stuff on the channel soon anyway, so you might as well introduce yourself here. This is Sketch. You'll see him in the old stuff pretty soon. Wave to the crowd, Sketch.
Am I supposed to turn my camera on or
No,
something?
no, it was a joke.
No.
It was a joke.
I was about to say, like, what?
No,
This seems like an odd way to introduce it. What's good, motherfuckers? How you doing? I'm the weird one with the funny joke, because for whatever reason, people let me roast them and they still call me friend. It's weird, but it's how it happened. Anyway, yeah.
Well, your other weird thing is falling asleep on streams.
Okay, fuck you. These streams happen. All of these streams have happened after midnight. I am a fucking college student.
I mean,
like, I got shit going
can't fault
on.
him with that.
I
I
know.
have to be awake.
I know, but I can still bust his balls out occasionally. You know? I'm allowed as the host to do some ball busting, Mr. Roaster over here.
You
Hey,
say
that's
ball
witty-
buster? Okay.
Ball
That's
busting.
witty roast master to you, motherfucker. Literally, only magic nerds would get that joke.
Hey, we're doing all kinds of references that no one's gonna get. Like I guarantee you, there's only gonna be like a handful of people that are gonna get the Homestuck references. And I hope no one gets the 40K ones. God, I hope no one gets those. That's just gonna be asking
Wait,
for
what?
trouble. Like,
What 40K ones did you make? What?
watch the streams, man. They're on the YouTube.
Sir, these streams are like 2 hours long.
I will get timestamps. I will get timestamps. Christ.
We need to like so if it's at all like an option in the editing process, if there are like certain bits of the stream that stood out, like, hey, if you don't watch it for anything else, watch it for like this segment. I feel like we should have like those motherfuckers in there. We can make chapters on YouTube because of the way that it's fucking.
I've
Yeah.
I've actually given permission to pretty much everyone. If you guys want to make shorts, just send them to me. Heck, who did I send those to? I sent someone what we had for voice recordings for stuff we were going to put on as shorts on the channel anyways, and I told them, go nuts. Did I send just to both of you? you know, just
Hmm?
anyone that's watching this that's in the collective, like our little back area group, you're more than welcome to make shorts and just send them to me. And if I find them cool, they'll just immediately go on the channel. Just make sure they're appropriate. We're not kid friendly, but we're definitely not trying to piss off YouTube. All hail the YouTube overlords.
Okay, so like, here's the thing though. Pissing off YouTube is not a very hard feat. That's like not pissing them off is quite difficult. I don't.
Okay,
What do you
get
want
my
from
but
me?
you get my point on what I'm looking for. If you guys are just gonna give me shorts to post on the channel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I get what you mean.
like I get that. I get like it sounds like I'm being complicated, but it really is as simple as you know what to do not to piss off YouTube. Just give that to me so we can put it on the channel so I can give you credit so we don't piss off YouTube together. That's just me. But yeah, you guys are.
I feel
if
like
you
I
could-
might trust Bard with my selections in terms of that because I'm a very bad judge of like, oh,
Like I
this
said,
will just
anyone-
be fine. Everybody is gonna vibe with this. This is just a universally understood opinion. And then I found out I'm fucking wrong.
Totally, whoever wants, like I said, whoever wants to do shorts for the channel, you're more than welcome to. Like I said, I'm the only barrier, and honestly, it just means I have to like it. Or it has to be something where I'm like, yes, this will be something people will like. Either or.
Fair enough.
Not a high bar, I would say.
Fair enough. All
Um,
right,
Fair
I
enough.
might actually get the fuck to sleep now. I have.
Yeah,
I
good
gotta
one.
get it.
See you
Say
next
world,
time.
bro.
Love y'all, motherfuckers. Y'all be easy.
Night, Brody.
Be easy.
Later.
So this real.
So that was totally unexpected. That was fun.
That was cool.
Where were we?
We were about to close. Trying to close.
No, but we were on somewhere on the closed list. We had a good night. Were we on the question? Did we have fun with the question today?
Yes, we have fun with the question.
I know you're talking about exploring the setting, like you really were like, I want to jump in on this. Keep that energy. That is something we can do. I guess I'm saying like you guys are also free to do any shorts you want or anything, and I'll post it on the channel. Just let me know. That will always be like an open offer until otherwise stated, basically. I guess Blade started our anything to add. Anything else to add to any of that?
Not really.
That does remind me. Who did I send the voice recordings to? I'm kind of in a daze today.
I'm not sure.
Were they
If
in
there wasn't
the
me.
Audacity thing?
Yeah, I think they might be Audacity. Like, are they just Audacity files? I'm sorry, I thought they were MP4s.
Yeah, I think you. Sent...
Ah, jeez, I'm so sorry, man.
Was I supposed to do something with them?
I thought you wanted to check them out to see if you can do shorts with them, since
Oh yeah. Shit.
like you offered, and I was like, oh, totally, I'll take you up. Why not? Me and Bard have our own thing, but you actually make music, so you might have a better thing. And I just don't have anything to add as a background. Like I don't know what would feel good with the music with what I'm saying for like an image. Like for some reason my brain is elsewhere when I'm doing that, so I don't know what to do for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess I should also transition to end. But yeah, that was the reason I asked, because I know you offered to do that. I know Bard's been interested, but I also know, Bard, you're always busy, so there's always never any pressure for you on that. But I think...
Fair enough.
I think it's time that I just make that as an open offer to anybody that's, like, in the group. That if you want to make shorts for the channel, you're more than welcome to. Just, I'm the only barrier of entry, and that basically just means I just have to like it, basically. I don't think that's a unreasonable request for something like that.
Yeah, it just needs to be approved.
Yeah, and that approval is, like I said, amusement, or if I feel like it, this would work perfectly. So that's, like I said, open offer for anybody that's in the group that happens to watch this. And when I get the timestamp, I'll probably post that here somewhere. I was gonna say, I guess we're on our calling cards.
Yeah. Okay.
Bard? Or, yeah, Bard go first?
Yeah. I'm trying to scroll to see and see my find my thing. I think there we go. Hey, it's me, the Bard Man, the KD the Bard Man. I stream. I stream on my own channel, KD the Bard, and also I stream my own Twitch channel, KAYD the Bard. Thursdays and Sundays. I also stream on my team, a stream team channel on Mondays with this game I was playing to stream Persona 5 Strikers, and also in there to there's match on as well. Pretty much but this team we pretty much on the stream team we do we have a variety channel play like multiple games. On my channel we just sit back, vibe, and just enjoy and have a good time. And that's pretty much that's all for me. So yeah.
Hey yo, it's your boy Jay Zen, aka Zamasu. YouTube at Jay Zen or Zamasu. Jay Zen is my rapping channel. Zamasu, my producing channel. You also find me on Twitter, Instagram, of course, the typical streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, all that good stuff. I also have a TikTok that keep in mind I barely use any of this, but I am trying to get better about that. But hopefully soon I'll be able to post music again. I'm kind of in the middle of trying to get the payment situation with my distributor figured out. But when I do figure that out, I got a line up. I got a lineup of tracks to drop on y'all, so it's gonna be fun.
I can't wait, man. Honestly, I can't wait for that day, and we will be proud to present it for you.
Bet.
Proud, honored, everything. This will be a journey, and we're going this full tilt. That's going to be a thing.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna at least try to make that a thing. Kind of like how we're using it, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I just had the stuff open for that. First card. Where is it? Posted. Here we go. Trying to get his stuff for his card. Oh, right. Dumbass. Haven't updated that either. Here we go. I got you, Zamatsu. I got you.
Bet.
Bam. There you go. Zamatsu, I got you. There's Zamatsu stuff for his channel. Check it out. Give him a little bit of arena ding. And this is your host, the Wandering Fox of the HighCast. Your mostly high host of Drugs Kids, of the Drugs. And I hope we have thoroughly entertained you this evening. Or if nothing else, give you a life lesson and warning on things not to do. And hopefully we've got you interested in future projects that we hope we will be able to enjoy with you in the near future. But until next time, you guys have a wonderful night. Laters.
Laters.
Later.